Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Mike Francesa podcast, part of the Bet Rivers Network. We come to you on this really beautiful September day. I just stepped in, just finished playing 18. As a matter of fact, with Barry Watkins, he used to work at MSG, so he and I just finished playing rounds. I almost had a hole. I've never had a hole in one, folks. I almost had one on a 140-yard par three where it just missed. I wound up getting a birdie, but I've never had one. I almost did. So one of these days. Beautiful day today. The football tomorrow. Now tomorrow we have a big day of stuff for you. So we're ready to roll with the football. We got plenty of shows coming your way. We got all kinds of stuff to talk about. And really everything to get the football rolling. Football begins tomorrow night, as we know, and then another game Friday night. So we rock and roll. I know football has begun with college, and I'm sure you'd love to hear about Belichick. But all I will say about that is that team needs a lot of work. And it amazed me, before I get to the baseball, it amazed me how many of the guys felt they couldn't do anything except pick Belichick. Hey, it was a reason TCU was favored. I don't care who the coach is. Coaches can't wave a magic wand and all of a sudden have legitimate top 20 talent. I don't even think TCU is a top 10 team. I think their quarterback's pretty good. I think they got a good offense. I don't think they have a big time defense. I think they are probably a team that's somewhere between 12 and 20. And they just buried them. I mean, and I think people after that first opening drive by Carolina thought this was going to be, this is going to be magic. Well, there's no magic. Coaches aren't magic. Good coaches win, but no one wins without talent. All you have to do, and I'm not one that knocks Belichick for his record without Tom Brady, but if you separate the two, you see all those division titles and all those championships and that amazing record with Brady. And then without Brady, you see that in 12 seasons, he made the playoffs once and has a win percentage of 449. He's 21 games under 500. You have to have players. Nobody wins with no players. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Adolph Rupp, John Wooden, Bob Knight. The guy that I would almost leave aside is the guy that I think is the greatest coach ever, and that's Vince Lombardi. He almost won without talent. I mean, but he was the best of the best of the best of the best of the best. He's the best of all time. I don't put anybody in his league. And I put Paul Brown second because he was the father of modern football. But that's not the important thing. The important thing is don't expect a coach to just snap his fingers and have a top 10 team. It doesn't work that way. I mean, I thought the pregame prognostications were ridiculous. But hey, it is what it is. He's got a lot of work to do. And we got a lot of football in front of us and a lot to talk about, which we will do tomorrow. Now, today, we'll do some baseball. And as I told you, the brief times I've been on, during the last month, the Mets and Yankees were both comfortably going to make the playoffs. I'm here on this September 3rd to tell you the Mets and Yankees are both comfortably going to make the playoffs. I told you that day, the last day I was on was about 10 days ago. I told you then I did not think either would win the division title. I still don't. I don't think the Mets have really a very strong chance. They have a tough schedule. They got 4 games in Philadelphia. They got a lot of tough games left. And the games we would consider easy down the stretch are 7 in the last 10 against the Marlins, who were never easy for the Mets. I don't think the Mets are going to get there, but they're going to make the playoffs easy. And the Yankees, they have a better chance to win the division. And 8 of 9 has put them in a good position right now. But I still think they got a lot of work to do to win the division. And we'll kind of know where that is in the next 11 games. Game 1 down, Houston last night. They have 11 more tough games. Houston, Toronto, Detroit, Boston. And then they close with 13 games against losing teams, including 7 against the Orioles, who are not a terrible team and are dangerous. Right now, if the Yankees go 12-12, they're going to win 89 games. That's the number I gave you a couple of weeks ago. Because they've won 8 of the last 9, they put themselves back in a position where they can win 90 games this year. With a winning record over the last 24 games, they will win 90 games. They have 11 games against good teams and 13 games against what you would consider to be bad teams. Baltimore, the best of those bad teams. The Mets schedule is very tough on the road. Now, the Mets have gotten a huge lift from their young pitchers, especially the one on the mound last night, who now has done things that no one else have done. I mean, four commanding performances in a row. Really impressive. And Soto has turned it around dramatically. See, the important thing to me now, I thought the talk about Soto was always silly. He's a great hitter. He's going to hit. He got off to a very tough start. He has made incredible strides to where he's going to hit 40 home runs. I don't care how many bases he steals. That's a meaningless statistic. He's going to score 120 runs. He's going to lead the league in walks. He's going to have close to a 400 on base percentage. He's going to knock in 100 runs, which seemed almost impossible 2 months ago. But the other key is, as I said to you all along, I said, do not give up on Vientos. Put him in the lineup every day and let him play. What you saw last year was not a fluke. And you've watched now as he has gone on an incredible tear. Then you couple that with what Alonso has done all year. And they just need some stability in the pitching department. And that's what they hope that these young kids can give them. But Cincinnati is not going to be able to catch them. And is not even going to pressure them, I don't think, enough to where it's going to be anything tough. They're both going to coast to the postseason. I don't think the Mets are winning the division title. Never did. I think the Yankees are still, I'd still say no to the Yankees, but they have a better chance. But, hey, Boston has as good a chance to win the division as the Yankees do. The amazing thing about the Yankees is they have 6 players who are having tremendous seasons. When you think about that, they're not having 1 or 2 guys have a special year. They're having 6 guys have big time years. Judge, despite that slump he's been in, that he seems to be coming out of now, has had obviously a great season. Stanton, for the time he has played, has had a sensational season. Fried, I know you'd like to pull July out, but has still had a tremendous season. Grisham, now, if you listen to me, you know last year I begged Boone to play Grisham over Verdugo. Begged him. I told you when he came here, I always liked him. I thought if he played, he would catch the ball and hit home runs. I never thought he'd do anything like he's doing. When I meant I hit home runs, I thought maybe he'd hit 15 home runs, steal a couple of bases, play a really good outfield. I didn't think he'd hit 30 home runs. Nobody in this world thought he'd hit 30 home runs. And not only that, how many big hits, grand slammers, 3-run homers, game-changing hits, how many big hits has he had? Rice has had a tremendous season. Grisham's had an all-world season, and Bellinger's had a tremendous season. That's 6 Yankees. Judge, Stanton, Fried, Grisham, Rice, Bellinger. When you have 6 players having big seasons on a team that has the payroll the Yankees do, you got to think you're having a big season. And let's be honest, they've had a very spotty season. Why? Because they can't beat good teams. They don't play well in situational games, and they don't play well, and they don't produce when they don't knock the ball out of the park. The Yankees win when they hit home runs. That's it. When they don't hit home runs, they don't win. And when they see really good pitching, they haven't performed this year. Last night aside. Let's see how they do here. But let's see how they especially do this weekend against Toronto, then next weekend against Boston, because those are the two teams that have really driven them crazy, where they have just played so ineptly that it's hard to fathom. Yanks are coasting to the postseason. They are in a terrific fight to be the top wild card. They're in a terrific fight to win a division title. They even could have the best record in the American League. It's not out of the question, depending how they go these last 24 games. If they go 14-10, they win 91 games. 11 games against these teams, 14-10 would be pretty good. 24 games remaining, 23 for the Mets, 24 for the Yankees. And like I said, they're both going to the postseason. Although there's a very good chance the Mets are going to have to do it without a lot of support. They'd love to be home in their building. We know that, but that might be a tough one. Now, a couple things. The Mike Francesa newsletter. Sign up for the free Mike Francesa newsletter. You'll get exclusive content, contests, offers. Go to podcast.com and sign up. Doesn't cost you anything. So go to MikeFrancesapodcast.com, sign up. All you got to do is give me an email, and you're in. Now, this year we got something called the Francesa Futures Room. My Futures Room at Bet Rivers is giving you the chance to earn weekly profit boosts and bonus bets this football season. Players who opt in and place a $50 wager on a team to win the league will earn weekly profit boosts and bonus bets for every win that their pick registers. So you pick a team, you jump aboard, you jump on that bandwagon, and every time they win a game, you get something. See the Bet Rivers app for terms and conditions. We got a lot of other things coming up, a lot of things to do. We are days away from the start of the NFL season. And if you're someone who loves the NFL, then you know that football Sundays are different. They're different from all the other Sundays of the year. The next 26 or 25, whatever Sundays it is, through the Super Bowl, you know what you're doing Sunday. You don't want plans. Most ardent NFL fans have a ritual. They have a ritual when their team's on the road. They have a ritual when their team's home. Obviously, it's a little different for season ticket holders than it is for other fans. But no matter whether you just put a jersey on and sit in your living room, or you go to someone's house who has, multiple TVs to watch, or you just lock in all day with your team and then the Red Zone channel, whatever it is. Football fans have rituals. They do the same thing every Sunday. And they never think about, what am I going to do Sunday? They know what they're doing Sunday. What they don't want ever is something else to do on Sunday. The rest of the year, especially in February, when there's nothing going on, it's like, what am I going to do on Sunday? Oh, I'm going to clean the house. Oh, I'm going to go out, clean the garage. Oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, I'm going to go to the movies. I'm going to do this. That's the tough struggle. Knowing what to do on a football Sunday, hey, that's easy. I got that planned. Everyone has that planned. It's always the same. And we are ready for week 1. And the next time you'll have to deal with that is the bye week before the Super Bowl, and that's a long way away. So when you sit down tomorrow night for a prime time game to lift the curtain, away we go. Unfortunately, the NFL's greed knows no bounds. So I'm surprised they haven't put a game on the North Pole yet. If they could figure out a way to bankroll it or get somebody to bankroll it, they would. Why the NFL needs to go to points unknown. Hey, Friday night, you get the Chiefs and the Chargers. Wherever you put that in Kansas City, you put that in LA, you wouldn't have a seat empty at all. Why that game needs to be in Brazil is beyond me. Why? So you can sell a couple of more jerseys? So you can turn some person in Brazil into a NFL fan? You need more fans? You need to sell more jerseys? You need to make another dollar? The NFL is the most dominant sports league we have ever known. That's not even a debatable issue. They have their own day. They own their own day of the week. No corporation is as dominant in its existence as the NFL is. But there is not a greedier, money grabbing entity in the world, and there are plenty of them. And some of them will make your eyes roll. But none of them are any greedier than the NFL, which doesn't need to move their products all over the world. And don't tell me South America's clamoring for the game. I mean, give me a break. Put that game where it belongs. Having those teams go all that distance to play a football game is it's just another outrageous greedy reach by the NFL, of which there are so many that they make your head spin. We've gotten used to it. But they don't even have any shame when it comes to that. They would do anything to sell another jersey. Anything. And it's sad because they make money hand over fist. Nobody comes close. All right. Remember, we got a ton of football coming up. We will be with you tomorrow. We have Eli Manning tomorrow. We have picks and contests and everything coming up. We got our Football Friday show coming up. We will be with you Sunday, as always, right after the games. Now, when the Jets and Giants play at the same time, which they will a lot this year, I think 8 times. The last 2 weeks, there's no times yet because they do that based on who's good and who's not. And you know that's not going to impact the Jets and Giants. There's a good chance that the Jets and Giants be on the same time this year a lot. Why? Because the Jets were on prime time last year a lot because of Aaron Rodgers. That's not going to be the case this year. They're not going to be one of the media darlings. They're not going to be one of the primetime darlings. So those teams are going to play a lot of Sunday at ones. And in the old days, they used to keep them apart. They're not keeping them apart anymore. They don't do that anymore in the new NFL. That's not the way it's done. As an example, let me just look at a couple of weeks here. Okay, this week, Jets and Giants are both at 1:00. Steelers and Jets at 1. Giants and Commanders at 1. Next week, Dallas and the Giants at 1. Jets and the Bills at 1. In the old days, this never happened. They never put them up against each other at the same time. But in recent years, that has not been the case. The first 2 weeks of the season, now week 3, Giants are the Sunday night game against the Chiefs in New York. So it doesn't happen in week 3. And I don't think it happens in week 4 either. I'm pretty sure. Because the Jets are the Monday night game. Because they have to eventually hit prime time. So in weeks 3 and 4, it doesn't happen. I bet you in week 5, it's right back. Giants, Saints, Jets, Cowboys, right back. So week 1, week 2, week 5, they're playing the same time. When they play the same time, I will get both coaches' shows done after the game. I like to see the coach, especially when they lose after the game. I like to see their press conferences. And then I will do one podcast that will encompass them both. When they play at different times, like one plays in prime time or one plays Monday, I'll always do 2 that week. I'll do one after the Jets, do one after the Giants. When they're split. When there's one, I'll do one. So that's the way. So, but we will always on Sunday do one, at least one after the 1 o'clock games when they're playing at the same time, like they are in weeks 1 and weeks 2. Now, that doesn't impact that many fans because you're either a Giant fan or a Jet fan. It affects the media more, which tries to watch both teams. Now, you can always watch a game back. I mean, that's always the case. Or you can, have more than one TV setup. That's for sure. But they do play a lot this year at the same time. That's just the way it is. It's just one of those things. It's something that the NFL stopped caring about a while ago. No longer. A lot of the rules, the old rules that they had are not in place. Tomorrow night, the Eagles are 8.5-point favorites over the Cowboys as we kick off the season at NBC. And then the Chiefs and the Chargers on Friday night at 8 o'clock. The Chiefs 3-point favorites. The Sunday night game, is, let me remember what the Sunday night game is off the top of my head. Ravens and Bills is a Sunday night game. And then the Monday night game is Vikings and Bears. So Ravens and Bills should be interesting. And then Vikings and Bears on Monday night. So we're ready for week 1. Like I said, our special guest tomorrow, when we do it, will be Eli Manning. And we got a lot of stuff to do. First, let me finish up today with some emails. Here we go. Let's see what's on your mind. Just send your questions to Mike Francesa Podcast at gmail.com. Sean, what's worse for the Dallas sports fans, trading Luka to the Lakers or Parsons to the Packers? You have to remember one thing. Nothing compares to the Cowboys. Okay? Cowboy news is so much bigger. I mean, so much bigger than anything else in Dallas, and pretty much anywhere. It's not even worth discussing. Paul, approximately how many years do you think it will take Eli Manning to get into the Hall of Fame? That's very hard to say. I think a lot of it depends on who's available that year. What new guys come up who are automatics, because I think that does impact things. I do think that he gets in without any question, and I would argue very well and loudly that he belongs in the Hall of Fame. This is Roger. Who is the most important offensive player for the Mets? Soto is their guy. Obviously, other guys have definitive roles like Alonso, but I think the key to the lineup is Lindor. I think when Lindor hits and when Lindor is on base, that is their best chance to win. So I understand if you're going to ask me who the best player is, we all know it's Soto. Who's the most important? I think it's for them to be efficient. I think they're a different team when Vientos hits, but I think Lindor is the key to the lineup. Don, would the Yankee season be much different if Cole was not hurt? I think it would be different. I don't know if it'd be much different. Do I think they'd be better? Yes, but they've been a very puzzling team. And they've actually gotten pretty good pitching. It's that they haven't gotten very good bullpen in a lot of key spots. Their bullpen has hurt them a lot. Their defense has hurt them. Their inability to play heads up baseball in tight games has hurt them. Their lack of consistency has hurt them. And I don't think Cole's presence would have erased all those. So I think they would be better, but I don't think they would be fixed if he was around. I really don't. As we said, we have a busy weekend coming up, as you would expect. Football's back, and we're thrilled. We're back. Football's back, and we're ready to rock and roll. And for baseball, just as we go down the stretch here in September. And I'm not telling you not to dream about division titles because there's no reason not to. But I think you can count on both teams being safely in the postseason with a week to go. I really believe that. We'll see you later.